Hey Nash, what should we make?
Well, our good friend Linda Miller wants us to make cheeseburger pinwheels, so we should make those for her.
All right, let's make some cheeseburger pinwheels for Linda Miller. Today, we are making a subscriber request from one of our favorite, most loved subscribers, who might honestly be one of the very first subscribers that I am not related to be perfectly honest, is someone that we love, Linda Miller. So, today we're making cheeseburger pinwheels. However, when she sent me this idea, it was probably on her mind, but definitely I thought, hey, this might actually fit into our Inflation Sucks series as well. I'll put it the prices regardless. And hey, we're gonna find this out together. So, Midwestern ooey-gooey bacon cheeseburger pinwheels, possibly an inflation buster. Let's go. So Linda's recommendation was cheeseburger pinwheels, but I was like, well, I asked myself the same question I asked myself about any recipe. Could we add bacon? Maybe two questions. Could we add bacon and would that make it better? In this instance, I believe yes. So to a cold pan, we don't need any extra oil or anything. We add about a pound of bacon, already chopped. Turn that thing on to medium heat. And then we're gonna cook this. If you're new to the channel, we always start our bacon in a cold pan because as it comes up to heat slowly, that's gonna help render the fat better and give you a crispier bacon, a better tasting bacon, and just a better product overall. Once your bacon is slightly crispy, just a little bit south of where you want it, go ahead and pull this off. And set this aside. Now go ahead and drain your excess liquid. And then we go ahead and add a pound of ground beef. Once your ground beef is browned, set our ground beef aside. At this point, we leave the grease in for our meat. We add a little bit of butter. Then we would add some onions, leaving those out for Nash, some mushrooms, and to make up for the no onions, I'm gonna add some diced jalapenos. We're just gonna add a little bit of salt, pepper, and garlic to this mixture. Once your mushrooms, onions, peppers, whatever you chose to throw in there veggie-wise, have softened, then we go ahead and throw our beef and our bacon back in the mix, and we stir it all up. Now we can top this after it's done, but we're gonna add a few condiments here in this portion. To this mixture, we're gonna add a little bit of Dijon, a little bit of Worcestershire, a little bit of ketchup. And this may sound weird for the uninitiated, but some horseradish. In case you didn't know, horseradish is actually in a lot of those burger sauces that you might love. I mean, it's also delicious on all kinds of meat. But again, with all these things, you do you. Before I added any of those condiments, you put whatever you like. However, if you're open-minded, give what I just did a try. So we mix this up. Bring it up to a simmer, let it simmer for a bit so we can remove the moisture that we just added from some of those condiments. Once most of the moisture is gone from your beef, bacon, veggie mixture, then we just go ahead and kill the heat and throw in a bunch of shredded cheese. I was told that this Fiesta or Mexican cheese mix is the best, so that's what I'm using. I know I usually say shred your own cheese, but hey, today we're using pre-shredded. And you know what? It'll probably work just fine. Then we just stir that in, and we don't need this to melt completely because once we roll this into pinwheels, it's gonna bake, so you get it. But as you can see, it's pretty much melting anyways, which is fine because apparently this is a Midwestern sort of dish, so the more ooey-gooey cheesy it is, the better. At least that's what I've heard. All right, so stir this in. So, from my extensive research, you know, because that's how we do things here at Chaos Kitchen, I have learned that you could use pizza dough, but I was told by our friend Linda that you need this stuff, crescent roll dough. So, same stuff we use for our shaken crescents. If you're a fan of the channel, then you know. So, just like any Pillsbury dough tube, you peel off some stuff, and then we just go ahead and whack it and then you get this. This is the seam, so we start here. We just sort of unroll this. I'm gonna take my other crescent dough and just roll this out a little bit, just to make it more even. Then we take our meaty veggie mixture, and then we just sort of spread this over our dough mixture, whether you're using pizza dough or crescent dough, whatever you're using. All right, Linda, trying to do you proud here. Hopefully it's working. I feel like I kind of want to put like an extra layer of cheese here, but I probably don't need to. It's probably not necessary. So then we're supposed to roll it. Now, I don't know whether to roll it this way or this way. We only used about half of that meat mixture, and we do have another crescent dough roll. So we're gonna do one of each and just kind of see what happens. I mean, honestly, at this point, Linda is the only person that knows how this is gonna go or what we're supposed to do. So we're supposed to roll this tight, apparently. So now I did a little bit of research. I think I mentioned that. And in my research, I did find that a lot of times this recipe is done by doing what we just did here. And then rather than baking it as is, they take this and chop this into pieces, and then you bake it, turn it over on its side and bake it like a cinnamon roll in a muffin tin. But we're not gonna do that because that's not what Linda told us to do. So what I am gonna do is take this, I'm gonna cut it in half because we rolled this one weird on its side, and we're just gonna do boom, boom, like that. And then we're gonna take this and we are going to put it into our little baking sheet here. This is probably it's gonna expand a little bit. So that's what we got. We got these two guys here. All right, so I went over this ages ago, so I'll say it again. You can brush doughy type things with butter or egg wash. And a lot of people think they're interchangeable, and to some degree they are. However, butter is more for flavor and richness. Egg wash is more for crispy and goldy browning, whatever that's not a word, but you understand what I'm saying. So just like our chicken crescents ages ago, we're gonna brush these guys with some butter first. We're gonna bake them about halfway, and then we're gonna brush them with a little bit of egg wash at that point. So there we go. All right, now we set this aside until we have our other one done. All right, and then this one, we're gonna roll this way. We're gonna do our best to roll this up nice and tight like we were told. Yep, that'll work. And we just transfer this guy. Now, we take the same butter base that we gave to our other guy. All right, now we're gonna throw both of these guys in our oven at 400 we'll start with 20 minutes and see what happens. I honestly have no idea where this is going. So after 20 minutes, you can see we're already starting to get a nice crispy exterior. So we're just gonna brush this guy with our egg wash, and we're gonna do the same with our other two. Then we throw this back, all these back in our oven for another probably 15 minutes. So I would let this rest, but let's just go ahead and cut this guy open and see what we got going on here. Oh yeah. Ooh, look at that. I probably should have put some more cheese in there, but I mean, honestly, that's looking pretty damn good. I'm excited about that. So now we're gonna let this cool like we should have done, but you know me, I got no patience. I like to cut things open. We're gonna let it cool, come back in a few. So there we go. There's your little cheeseburger pinwheels. You could slice these up. You could just dig into it like a chicken bake from Costco if you want. You could kind of cut them into slices, add more cheese, melt that. You could put some burger sauce or whatever toppings you want. But there you go, your little grab and go. It's almost like a burger hot pocket, but like way better. Here we have our little bacon cheeseburger pinwheels. Time for a bite. Cheers. That's so good. It's meaty, it's cheesy, it's got the peppers, all the sauces. It's just really good. And we got our crust, kind of that golden brown, nice and crunchy. So texturally, it's really good. You can really, like I said, eat this a bunch of different ways. Highly recommend making it. Make a great appetizer, especially if you want to put some down on a platter for like some guests, or just give it to your kids. I bet kids will go nuts over this stuff. So speaking of kids, let's see what Nash thinks. Hey bud, look, we got this Linda Miller's cheeseburger pinwheel for you here. Let me see what you think. Here you go. What do you think, bud?
That's delicious. Thanks, Linda.
Anything you want to say to your fans?
Most of us know how to say nothing. Few of us know when.
All right. Nash approves. I approve. Definitely a great dish. By the way, our total came into about that. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate all of you. If you wouldn't mind taking a second to like, subscribe, and share the show, that'd really help us out, mean a lot. If you want notifications, go ahead and hit that notification bell. If there's anything you want me to make, you want me and Nash to taste, drop that in the comments or head over to our website, timschaoskitchen.com. Send us a message there. And hey, just remember, cook more, eat better, embrace the chaos. That's it for now, folks. Until next time, peace.